What is up, everybody? Welcome to Making Moves with Michael. This is Monday, December 23rd. This is a very special day for my family and for me. It is my cousin's birthday, my cousin Jonathan. I want to say happy birthday, Jonathan, and I want to let our family know that we're always thinking of him. We lost my cousin. I want to say now we lost him in 2000. 1 or 2. A little confused with the year right now. Not, I wasn't intending to speak about this, but I'm speaking about it now. It's Making Moves with Michael. Today's his birthday. We lost him back then. He and I were very close, and today's his birthday, and I want to celebrate his birthday not in a somber way, but in an excited way that I had the opportunity to know him for the 19 years we were together, or 20 years that we were. I forget how old I was now when it happened. I'm 43 now, so maybe I try to block that year out of my mind. I don't know, but anyway, the point is that it's his birthday today, and I'm excited for him. That's not what today's Making Moves is all about, but I just want to give him a happy birthday shout out. So happy birthday, Jonathan, where you are right now in the universe with us. Today, we're talking about altruism. Today, we're talking about giving back. We are talking about not just giving back during the holiday season, but how do we incorporate giving back in every day of our lives? So, let me give you a little bit of a framing for all of this. And I'm going to get into my 3 ways to help you give back on a regular basis without feeling the overwhelm or the stress that we all feel when giving back. So here's what happened. Very recently, I had the opportunity to sponsor a kid in our community. I'm not going to go into too far details here because really it's about the feelings that came out of it. And I want to share those feelings with you because I know that if you get those feelings, you're going to get goosebumps and you're going to want to give more as well. And that's really what I care about this in terms of this story. So we had the opportunity to sponsor this kid in our community, and my wife and my family and my kids and I, we got together and we bought him a bunch of stuff that he needed, that his grandmother told us he needed, from jackets to shoes and clothes and food and all these different things. And I drove up to his house and delivered these things to him, this food, this clothes, these items to him and to his family. And when I left there, I had tears streaming down my face. And two, I had this sense of joy, this energy inside of me that was like bursting from the seams. That I was just, it was, I couldn't hold it in. Like I wanted to tell everybody, not in a way of like pat me on the shoulder, but I wanted to tell everybody because I was so happy. I was so happy to have given to someone and to have made an impact on their life. And that's really what I'm talking about here. And if we can have that great sense of joy every single day, then oh my goodness, the world would be a better place. It is true. I'm telling you right now. And so studies have shown that by giving back, by volunteering, by donating, studies have shown that there is mentally, it's going to reduce stress. And in fact, studies have shown that people who give, donate, volunteer their time actually have a higher life expectancy. So giving back can save your life. And there's no wonder to that because the way that I felt, the energy that I felt, you could just imagine my cortisol levels were down, my happiness was up. So I was feeling positive energy. So just from a health perspective, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense that blood pressure was down, that just all of these good feelings were happening from a biological standpoint by giving back. And then on the other side of this, which we're going to speak about in this talk today, because really when I speak here, it is for my entrepreneurs. I mean, it's for you. If you're watching this right now, it's for you. So whoever's watching right now, you're watching right now. I know you're watching right now. I know you're watching right now. And I know it's a recording because I know you're not live with me, and that's all good. But I know you're watching right now. And so if you're watching right now, it's for you, I promise. But I typically speak to entrepreneurs. And so what's important to entrepreneurs and business owners is that, okay, Michael, giving back feels good for me, but what about my business? How does it impact my business? Well, studies have shown too, the Harvard Journal published something also about this, that studies have shown that by giving back, by volunteering, by having this kind of program in your organization, it helps with employee retention and it helps deepen the connection with your employees. So you're going to have a better conversation with them. You're going to have a better company culture when you give back, when you set your organization to giving back, when you set it up that way. And so I'm going to speak a little bit about that as well, because that's what I've done in my organizations. In both Den10 and in Michael Esposito Inc., both have an altruistic element to them. And it's just amazing. I know that at Den10, Jim Prey, he and I have a connection that's beyond employer and employee because of the altruism there. And I know that at Michael Esposito Inc., some of my partners that I work with have a deep connection because of the altruism that's there. And so I know this for truth that when you set it up in your organization, it's going to give you a better company culture and you're going to deepen the bonds with those people. And I also know it for truth that when you give back, you feel amazing and it helps your health. And so, how do we do this? Because I just did a live growth group over at Growth Day, and this is so cool, everybody. If you want to check out Growth Day, it's in my link tree. You can check it out there. I think you get like a 30-day trial or something. But what I'm saying here is that I just did a growth group there, and I had a live audience there, and I asked the question: when giving back, do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel stressed about giving back sometimes? And people said yes, they feel overwhelmed of always asking, of the homeless person on the corner asking for money, the Walgreens at checkout asking for money, during the holiday season, everybody asking for money, asking for donations. So there's an overwhelm that comes with it. And I just told you that giving back reduces stress, but all of a sudden now we have stress and overwhelm. So how do we cut through that so that we can get to that joy that I just shared with you, that excitement that I just shared with you, that I know you can have if you can follow these 3 steps? So it's real simple. There are just 3 steps to follow. And if you follow these 3 steps, I can only promise you from my own personal experience that you're going to feel good about giving back. And you're not going to feel that overwhelm because you're going to fill your bucket. You're going to fill your bucket, and that's what we need. We got to fill our buckets. We got to fill our buckets. If our bucket's empty and depleted, we're not going to feel good. And so let's get into the 3 steps in order to help you give back in a way that you feel fulfilled. And so the first one, and by the way, also for some context here, my family has a non-for-profit for God and Children of Haiti. So not only am I on the side of the giving back side of the donation side, I'm also on the side of the non-for-profit. So I'm speaking from both sides of what actually works. So these 3 steps that I'm talking about, they don't only work for you as a volunteer or as somebody who gives back. They also work for the non-for-profit. They appreciate the things I'm going to speak about. So just so you know that by following these 3 steps, it's not only going to help you, it's also going to help the charity because I'm on the other side of that as well. So the first one, the number one thing you need to do is identify what type of giver you are. That's it. The number one thing you need to do first in order to eliminate this overwhelm is say, what type of giver am I? And it's not to say that you're only one type of giver, you can be all, but I'm going to share with you the 3 givers that you can be and identify with one. You can have a little percentage in each one. There's no black and white here. So the first type of giver is the financial giver. They're the person who cuts a check, who just gives money, who gives money, 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 money. So we have our financial giver. So am I one who am happy? When someone asks for $1, here you go. When somebody asks for $10, here you go. When it's $1,000, here you go. I'm happy to just give money. So am I a financial giver? The second giver is our giver of time. Those are our volunteers who help set up an event, who show up at an event, who might ask and sell raffle tickets or do different types of things in the organization. So do I volunteer my time? Am I willing? Am I capable of giving my time to an organization? You might sit on a board. You might coach. You might do it in different ways. What type of giver are you? And then our third type of giver is the broadcaster, the evangelist, the person who tells everybody about your charity, about the non-for-profit. And believe it or not, that is a type of giver. By being an evangelist, I'm not talking in any religious sense. I'm talking about one who broadcasts. By being that person who communicates the message, the mission, the charity, the impact that it has, when you broadcast that to others, that's helping the charity. That's creating a positive impact. So what type of giver are you? Are you a financial giver? Do you volunteer your time? And or are you a communicator? Are you an evangelist for the organization? Now I said you could be all 3, but you need to know which one you really are. And what I mean by that is like if you were to put a percentage on it, if I told you you have to put a percentage on it, and there's three of them, and it can't be 33, 33, 33 all around. You got to give it like 40. You got to give 140, and then the rest you could split up, right? Or you got to give 160 and the rest you could split up. What does it look like for you? It's important to identify what type of giver you are so that you don't give so much of yourself that you don't feel accomplished. Because if you're giving in each one of those areas, then you're probably going to feel a little bit of that overwhelm. If you're giving equally and balance and that makes you happy, then good for you. I think that that might work too. I give in all three categories. I give financially, I give of my time, and I give in terms of broadcasting. I've done it in terms of just donating money. I've done it in terms of I coach youth basketball. I volunteer in different ways for different charities, and then I also share other charities' work in order to raise money for them, as many of you've seen on my many of you seen with family services and what I did to raise the $50,000 with Leah. So that's the first one. Identify what type of giver you are. The second one is just as important, and it's figuring out the charity of your choice. So it's what charity aligns with you. You see, when you give, if you give to everybody and you give to everything, again, there's no reciprocation. Reciprocation doesn't have to come in the form of a trophy, a medal, or an award. Reciprocation is simply internal. It's, I feel great about this. I feel like I'm doing good. I'm feeling like I'm creating an impact. I can see the impact. I know where the money is going. And so, therefore, you need to choose charities. You need to choose places. Now, by the way, when I say charities or nonprofits, I'm talking general here. It could be like simply just giving to someone. It doesn't have to be with a website and a 501c3. It could simply be just giving to someone in need. That's fine too. So I'm speaking just in terms of that. It has to resonate with you. So if you're a pet lover, if you're an animal lover, then the ASCPA and what's the other one? The WWF, well, Worldwide Foundation for Animals. All of these different organizations. I might be speaking out of turn here. I don't know the animal ones. I'm so sorry, but there's a lot of organizations for pets. And if you're somebody who loves animals, then you might want to start donating to those. If you're someone who really resonates with veterans, then you might want to start donating to veteran organizations and looking for veteran organizations. If you're someone who has cancer in their family or has a cancer survivor in their family or you're dealing with cancer, then you might want to find those types of organizations like a St. Jude or something of that sort. So you want to find organizations or find places to give that resonate with you, that fill your bucket, that make you feel like you're creating an impact, that make you feel like you're helping someone else. That's important because all of these charities are doing good. All of these charities are helping others. All of them are giving back. But it has to resonate with you in order for you to not feel the overwhelm and feel completely depleted. Because that's what happens when you give to all of them, then you start feeling depleted, right? It's not to say that you can't give to all of them, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. It's just to say you got to choose one that is your top charity. And so we go into my third piece. So we have what type of giver are you? So that's your what type of giver are you? Is it a financial giver, time giver, or is it a sharer, an evangelist of sorts? We have our second one, which is what resonates with you, what type of charity resonates with you. And then we have our third one, which is to set boundaries. It really is. We have to set boundaries on what we give and how much we give. We have to set boundaries and know what they are. It doesn't have to be in a way of a spreadsheet in any sense, but we have to know what they are. So I'll just use an example because I think this will make it a lot easier for you. If I were to give to one certain charity of my choice, that is one that resonates with me, I would use the 80-20 rule. So if I'm going to give $1,000 to charities for the year, let's say for 2025, I'm going to allocate $1,000 to charities. I would probably give $800 to the charity that resonates with me most. And then I'd have $200 to give to other charities. Or I'd give 1,000 hours of my time to charities over the course of the year. And about 800 of those hours are going to go to the charity that resonates with me most. And then 200 are going to go in other ways to other charities. And the same goes with social media posting or sharing with others. I'm going to spend the majority of my time talking about the charity that resonates with me, and then I might talk about other ones that resonate with them and that I'm aware of or that I donate a little bit to as well. So we use the 80/20 rule in setting these boundaries, and it's going to help you in terms of filling your bucket. Because when you set those boundaries, now you don't feel that sense of guilt when someone asks you to donate your time and you can't, or when somebody asks you to sponsor them for a certain amount of money and you just don't have it, or you don't want to give it. And that's okay too, by the way. It's okay if someone says, "Hey, can you donate $50 to this charity?" And you go, "I don't have $50." That's okay. You might be giving that $50 somewhere else. And so you can internalize it and you can say, "You know what? As I walk by this homeless person, as I walk by this Santa Claus ringing a bell on the corner right now, I know in my heart I'm doing something good for someone else, and I know I'm creating a positive impact somewhere else. And it's okay. I don't have to feel the sense of guilt or shame by not giving in this situation right now. I can give another time, I can give in other ways. And that's what I want to help you understand here is that if you're giving of your time and giving of your money and giving of your social media presence, I suppose, then that's enough. That's enough. As long as you're doing it for someone or for a cause that resonates with you and that is creating a positive impact, then that's enough. Internalize that because that's where the joy comes from. When you recognize that what you've given is enough, that what you've given is impactful, that what you've given is going to help someone or an animal or something in this world for positive, for good, then that's when that feeling of amazingness comes up. That's when that joy rises. That's when this smile happens, is when you give of yourself. So take those three tips and use them for good. And now you can just take those three tips and apply them in the business sense. If you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, you could take those three tips and apply them the same way. So look at your organization and say, in my organization, what type of givers are we? Do we want to be in our community from a backdrop standpoint? So, in other words, do we want to just donate money? Or do we want to be front and center? Do we want people to see us? Do we want to be out in the community, rubbing elbows with our community members and volunteering our time, working at the soup kitchen or the food pantry, or cleaning up the rail trail, or doing something of that nature? Do we want to be in front of everybody? Or do we want to just post and share what's going on in our community and the need that's present and how people can support that need? Or we can do all three, but again, following the 80/20 rule. So how do we follow the 80/20 rule? We just apply it the same way in our business. How much of our profits are we going to donate to an organization? How much of our time are we going to give to an organization? How much are we going to share? Apply the 80/20 rule to that. We go into the second one, which is simply in our organization, what aligns best with our organization? So when we're looking in the second one here in terms of our personal standpoint of what aligns with us personally, maybe like I said, maybe you had a cancer survivor in your family and so therefore you donate to St. Jude Foundation for cancer research and that's why you do it on a personal level. But at your business, let's say it's a car dealership. Let's just say it's a car dealer. Why am I choosing? I don't want to choose a car dealership. All right, we're going to switch that up. That's the cool part about making moves with Michael. We're going to switch things up on the fly here. Let's say you have a retail shop. Let's say you have a retail shop and you sell outdoor equipment. And you sell outdoor equipment for climbers, right? Well, if you sell outdoor equipment for climbers, cancer research, it impacts everybody, but it doesn't necessarily align with your business. What aligns with your business? And so when we think about like Patagonia, what aligns is sustainability and nature and our environment. So maybe something that would align with your business if your business sells outdoor equipment for climbers. So maybe it would be donating to the Mohonk Preserve, which is a non-for-profit in our local area here in the Hudson Valley. So maybe you want to donate to nature and to our environment, to preserve our environment for the people who buy from your store that you're preserving the place that they go and they climb and they hike. You're preserving that for them, and it aligns with your business. And then again, applying the same rule of the boundaries, how much of that are we going to promote? We don't want to just spend all year round promoting the Mohonk Preserve. Maybe we're going to promote a different non for profit, or we're going to have our own internal initiative to raise funds for some climbing efforts, or maybe some climbers that we know personally and we want to raise some funds for them. And by doing this in your store, the joy that I talked about on a personal level is going to happen in your business as well. You are going to form deeper bonds with your business community, with your employees and your team members, because you're not just going to be talking about your goals, your financial goals. How much did you sell? How much did you ask this? Did you organize the shelves? Did you unbox this? You're not asking task stuff. You're asking stuff that feels good. Hey, we're going to be working with the Mohonk Preserve. We're going to go out and we're going to clean a trail together on a Saturday. That feels good. That's team building. You're doing something most people that work at a climbing store typically are climbers and care about this stuff. So you're doing something that feels good, that aligns with their own personal values. And now you're connecting in a different way. You're not connecting about boss employee. You're connecting nature. You're connecting outdoors. You're connecting and aligning with them in a way that is organic. Isn't that cool how we brought organic into nature and all that stuff? That's pretty neat. And the same thing happens in social media. So that's how you do it. And I'm telling you, the reason why I'm motivated to do this or have this conversation today is because it's the holidays. And we know it's all about gift giving. We see the coat drives, we see the food pantries, we see it all. And then come, I don't know, February, March, we forget about the people in need. And I don't want you to forget. I want you to know, not in a sad way, like I brought up my cousin earlier, not in a sad way, but I want you to know that there's people that need you. There's people that need your time, that need your money, that need you to share. There's people that need you out there. And it's not just in December, it's all year round. And they can be people that resonate with you. So find a place, find a charity, find something that resonates with you, that fills your bucket, that makes you feel special inside when you give to them. And give as much as you personally can. And then that is enough. And then tap yourself on the shoulder and say, good job. And keep doing what you're doing. And know that what you're doing has a positive impact. I want to thank you for joining me today. I'm making moves with Michael. Whatever holiday you're celebrating this week, I want to wish you a happy holiday season. I will be back on Monday. This is Making Moves with Michael. I'm here every Monday, people. Talking about something that's going to help you with your business, with you personally. I'm going to come with you with actionable tips, a framework. Sometimes this will be a little bit more like a workshop. Sometimes this will be a storytelling session. But one way or another, you're going to leave here knowing more than you came in, or feeling better than you came in. At least that's my intention, and that's my hope. I want to thank you for joining. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you would like to learn about or that you would like me to speak on, just DM me, reach out to me in any way. All of my social media handles and everything is all online. My email's online, everything. Just hit me up and let me know. This is what I'd like to hear about. Also, by the way, special invitation to you for watching this far in. We're 23 minutes in. Special invitation. We have my Take Action event, live event. It's virtual. It's going to be on Wednesday, January 8th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. So DM me for the Zoom registration because I'm going to be making a very big announcement. It has a lot to do with everything I just spoke about just now. I'm going to be making a very, very big announcement there. So I'd really love for you to be there. So please join me there. DM me, hit me up for it. January 8th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you need is a Zoom link. It's free. You're going to have a framework. You're going to learn something there. And I am going to be making a huge announcement. It is big. And I hope you could be there. So thanks for watching. Happy holidays. Stay happy and stay healthy. And I'll see you soon. Bye.